have a box set here for Malifaux 2nd edition. It's a plastic crew box, and it's for the Arcanist faction. It's the M&SU crew box, which is Ramos's crew. It's the Miners and Steamfitters Union. So you're going to get looks like 6 models, which is pretty standard for these crew boxes. You're going to get a master, a henchman, an enforcer, a totem, and some minions. So you're getting Ramos, and he's the master. I believe Joss is going to be the henchman. Howard Langston, which they've changed that. It used to be just a steamboard executioner. They've given it kind of a more of a character and an actual name to the thing. That's going to be an enforcer. You have the totem, which is the brass arachnid. That's Ramos's totem. And you have a couple of arachnid swarm, which is going to be the minion. And there's going to be like 3 little ones on a 40 or 50 millimeter base. So we'll open it up and take a look at the contents. So you're going to get the cards that come with it that have all the characters and then the upgrades that some of those characters can take. Looks to be all your instructions are online now. They've stopped packaging them in the actual box, but they have them available online. Going to get a bunch of bases here. So the Steamboard Executioner is going to go on a 50. The Arachnid Swarms will go on a 40. So you get 2 of those, and then the rest of the characters have a 30 millimeter base for them. It's going to be on 2 sprues. Looks like the Steamboard Executioner is going to be on one all by itself. Joss, Ramos, and the 2 Arachnid Swarms are going to be on one, so that means that, okay, on this sprue you have a brass arachnid on one frame and the Steamboard Executioner on the other. So we'll take a flip through the cards real quick. So you can see you have just a regular sized playing card here. You can have the stats and wounds, the abilities. And on the back it's going to have the actions that can be taken. So you get 2 Steam Arachnids. Or actually you're getting 6 Steam Arachnid cards. I guess because they can be fielded as 1 per base, or they can combine to be 3 on a base. So in this box you could make up 6 individual Steam Arachnids, or take 3 of those and put them on a Steam Arachnid base. So you're getting the cards for either of those options. You have the Brass Arachnid, which is Ramos's totem. You have Howard Langston, which is the Steamboard Executioner. You have the Master Ramos and his henchman Joss. I'm going to get some upgrade cards here. You have an M&SU upgrade just for any M&SU character. You have a Ramos upgrade. So you're actually going to get 4 of those there. These are just different abilities that can be bought for soul stones. And then Joss is going to have an upgrade card that he can buy. So we'll take a look at the sprues now. We'll start with the Brass Arachnid and the Steamboard Executioner. So we have the Brass Arachnid here, and looks like you're going to get the main body. You can see where it's got all those sockets for legs. Looks like you got a couple of mandibles that are going to fit into it somewhere. But then most of the rest of this sprue is just going to be legs. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs. So you can see 4 on each side, so they're going to slot into there. Fairly easy. You can kind of take a look at there how they're going to be. It looks like he's set the balance on the back four and the other four kind of reared up. I'm looking to see if they're keyed or numbered here in any way. They don't appear to be, to have any designation to them. That's a fairly simple model, just getting those legs in the right places. The instructions online, they may have a better layout of how to determine what leg goes where. I have not looked at those. But then you're going to have the steamboard executioner, and you have this basic, this is like the torso piece that's going to connect the legs to the upper torso. You can see where all the pieces are keyed, and they look keyed where maybe you can't mess up where the leg goes. You see all those different shapes there, but this upper torso piece is going to fit into the top part there. You can see he's got his big claw, and his other hand's going to have a kind of a pincher, but he looks like he's got some keyed parts to fit into him, like these little tentacles, and maybe there's some little wiring here they're going to fit into his back. Looks like you're going to have 4 of those tentacles coming out of his back, and then this, that's a ponytail. And it looks like a ponytail. It may be a socketed wire going from his back to the back of his head, like a cable. You see there's another one of those claws that's going to be coming out of the back. This is a claw that's going to fit onto the other hand here. See, it's kind of a pincer. Going to have his head, and this is just another, some sort of housing piece, maybe a steam tank that fits onto his back. I don't know, it's keyed to go somewhere. That looks like it fits in the underneath piece, like it's meant to go right here. And you're going to have his legs. You can see they all have little nodules on them to go in specific parts. He's only got the it's looking like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has 5 leg talons there, and they have a more designated key fitting than the brass arachnid. You see the brass arachnid just has round sockets, really. Although if I look closer, I don't know if I can get the camera in there close enough because of the shadow. As you look into those sockets, it does look to have keyed pieces in there, so that may help out with the brass arachnid on telling where those pieces go. And you're going to have all these little arachnid things. They are steam arachnids. So you can see they're all basically the body with 2 legs coming off, 2 more legs that fit into them. It's like a couple of little cable pieces. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know if that's... Oh, I see what it is. It's broken up, so you have the 2 bodies with 2 legs, and then you have 2 short legs and 2 other short legs, and then some little nodule things, and then that frame repeats itself again here, and a 3rd time again here. So you just do end up with 4 plug-in legs for the 2 models. And then this is some sort of other little piece that comes out of it. Maybe that's supposed to be an eye socket or a stack to vent the steam. You're going to have the henchman Joss here. See, he's got a pretty big detail to him. And I believe he has a steam-powered hand. But his other hand's going to be carrying this little hand axe there. There's his metal fist. Here's the steam tank and the wire that's going to come around to connect it to help power it on his arm. And a couple of other little cables that probably help work. Looks like he's got the mohawk and the goggles. And you can see where the steam tank's probably going to fit in, and all these hoses here. Looks like there's a nodule to connect one there. Maybe on the front side. You see there's a slot maybe for a hose to connect here to here. And then the last thing you're going to have is Ramos himself. So you have a kind of a torso with a big duster and two legs that are going to fit up into there. You have kind of his collar, high collar part of that duster. Two arms where he's going to be like tinkering on an arachnid. Trying to see, yeah, here's the little arachnid that's going to sit in his hand. And these are going to be situated like he's tinkering with it. And then you have his head here, and he's got the big spiky dark brown looking hair there. Don't have good light on that. And that's a better look. And he's wearing goggles, it looks like. But there's a little arachnid that's going to be sitting in his hand. You see his one hand on top is going to be over it like he's tinkering, and the other one has the keyed piece to hold it. You can see it there. And then you have the back, the little duster part will fit up there, and his legs. And that's everything that comes in the Malifaux crew box, the M and SU.